Hello, you're tuning into Nightline with me, Nakia Basharudin. The top stories. Malaysians must take responsibility in upholding unity, says Prime Minister. And no more extension to taxpayers who have yet to declare their taxes. Welcome. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad wants Malaysians to realise their responsibility to uphold unity and the ethnic, religious and cultural diversity for the country's stability and progress. The Prime Minister said stability gives room to administer and implement national development policies and programs for the well-being of the people, thus enhancing economic activity and generating wealth to be shared.
Pada hari Malaysia ini, sebagai rakyat, kita perlu sedar akan tanggungjawab kita untuk mempertahankan perpaduan dan kepelbagaian kita supaya kita mencerminkan kebolehan mencapai unity in diversity. Walaupun terbagi kepada ramai bangsa dan suku kaum.
He said this when addressing the Malaysia Day 2019 gathering at Stadium Perpaduan in Kuching on Monday night. He added Malaysians should learn from the destruction of some countries as a result of disunity that led to conflicts and wars, and there are times when the destruction cannot be undone in the span of a single generation. Acknowledging that the spirit of unity will have its ups and downs depending on the situation and environment, Tun Dr. Mahathir said it should not undermine the spirit of unity among the people. At the same event, Tun Dr. Mahathir also spoke of the shared prosperity vision aimed at strengthening and expanding the nation's economy to ensure the well-being of the people.
Kita mahu kemakmuran bersama ini disalurkan kepada semua rakyat, termasuk meningkatkan kuasa beli mereka serta menghapuskan jurang pendapatan dan kekayaan antara kaum. Apabila ini dapat dilakukan, kerajaan boleh memastikan kekayaan negara diagihkan dengan adil dan saksama sesama rakyat. Dan ini sekaligus mewujudkan keharmonian dan kestabilan di kalangan mereka.
Emphasizing that the involvement of all races in the various sectors of the economy in a fair and just manner is important to create a shared prosperity in the spirit of the new Malaysia. The Prime Minister said the government wants all states in the peninsula and Sabah and Sarawak to make a success of it. The haze, which has badly affected the Sarawak capital, failed to deter more than 10,000 people from flooding the Stadium Perpaduan in Kuching for the national level Malaysia Day celebration. The crowd, wearing face masks to protect themselves from the effects of the haze, began showing up as early as 5 p.m, braving the unhealthy air. The Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of Sarawak, Tun Abdul Taib Mahmud, accompanied by his wife, Tok Puan Ragad Kurdi Taib, arrived at 8:30 p.m. Earlier, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and wife Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali, together with Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, were greeted by Sarawak Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Abang Openg upon their arrival. Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdal and other state and federal ministers were also present. This year's celebration carries the theme Sayangi Malaysiaku, Malaysia Bersih, and features a host of dazzling performances. The venue for the Malaysia Day celebration was initially scheduled to be held at the Padang Merdeka, but was later shifted to the indoor stadium following concerns over the air quality. There will be no more extension to taxpayers who have yet to declare their taxes. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng on Monday said that taxpayers have a fortnight before the Inland Revenue Board (IRB's) Special Voluntary Disclosure Program (SVDP) ends this September 30th. He said that the SVDP, which began on November 3rd last year, was to have ended on June 30th this year, but this was extended to the end of this month following positive response.
SVDP, which commenced last year, was due to end on 30th of June this year. However, based on the positive feedback in the first phase of the program, ending on 31st of March 2019, the government agreed to extend the program to 30th of September this year. In this last phase of final 2 weeks of the SVDP, taxpayers who come forward and voluntarily declare their misreported income and deductions will be offered a possession penalty rate of only 15% compared to the previous maximum penalty rate of 300%.
Lim said this when announcing the countdown of the SVDP program at the IRB's head office in Petaling Jaya, Selangor on Monday. Under the SVDP, taxpayers who come forward and voluntarily declare their misreported income and deductions will be offered a low penalty rate of only 15%. The Finance Minister said those participating in the SVDP in good faith would be issued with a clearance letter with no further review to be made on that declaration. He added that he had also cautioned IRB officers to act in a professional manner when attending to taxpayers and not to resort to arbitrary tactics in their dealings with the public. At the same event, Lim also said that the current price limit on RON95 petrol would stay for now. This despite the drone attacks on 2 of Saudi Arabia's state-owned oil facilities, which have affected 5% of global oil output. He noted that the government is still assessing the impact of the attacks and whether it could affect Malaysia's petrol production industry.
Tentu akan jadi kesan tentu untuk Petronas. Sekiranya kita lihat dari segi pungutan di mereka akan naik, tapi untuk negara dan juga pengguna biasa, ia ada kesan dari segi subsidi yang kita bayar tentu akan naik, dan kita perlu kaji lebih mendalam kerana adakah ini adalah secara spontan kerana apa yang berlaku pada 2 hari lepas, atau adakah ini akan berlarutan secara jangka masa panjang. So biarlah kita buat penilaian secara teratur dan terperinci. Kerana saya tak mahu buat reaksi hanya berdasarkan perkembangan 2-3 jam ataupun 1 hari. Biarlah kita.
Speaking to the media, Lim said the bombing could affect the government's subsidy payout for petrol price. On Saturday, it was reported that Saudi Arabia had halved its oil and gas production following drone attacks on 2 huge oil facilities operated by Aramco. Analysts believe rising tensions in West Asia could push the oil price as high as $100 per barrel. The Selangor government will confiscate land on which farmers are found to be carrying out open burning. Menteri Besar Amiruddin Shahri said the stern action is necessary as some farmers in the state, especially in Johan Setia, which is hard hit by the current haze, are still setting fires despite a prohibition order. He said the errant farmers are getting away with their activities as they are carrying out open burning at night or early in the morning. Hence, there have been no arrests so far. Amiruddin stressed that open burning for carrying out agricultural activities has, to some extent, worsened the haze situation hitting the country now. However, the Menteri Besar ensured that confiscation of such land will be done according to set procedures and processes. As of 11 p.m. on Monday, Johan Setia was at a very unhealthy level with an API reading of 222. Several parts of the Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak continued to be blanketed by thick smog on Monday. As of 11 p.m., 3 areas recorded very unhealthy levels with the Air Pollutant Index API readings above 200, while 30 other areas nationwide recorded unhealthy levels of air quality with the API readings of between 101 and 200. In Sarawak, Sri Aman recorded the worst API reading at 217, followed by Kuching at 211, while 8 other areas recorded unhealthy readings, with Samarahan the highest at 177. Conditions in Sabah, meanwhile, has improved, with all the stations recording moderate levels of air quality, with the API readings of between 50 to 100. As for Peninsular Malaysia, only the northern region, namely Perlis, Kedah, Pulau Pinang, Perak and Kelantan, reported clean air, with the API readings none above 100. The levels of air quality of some areas in Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, Johor, Pahang and Terengganu, meanwhile, remained at very unhealthy and unhealthy levels, with Johan Setia in Selangor recording the worst API reading at 222. Putrajaya, meanwhile, recorded the highest unhealthy API reading at 193, while Nilai and Bukit Rambai were among the highest in Negeri Sembilan and Melaka, respectively. Meanwhile, cloud seeding was carried out Monday morning to help reduce the haze in Klang Valley, Negeri Sembilan and Melaka. A C-130 Hercules Royal Malaysian Air Force plane took off from Subang Airport at 12:30 p.m. to carry out the operation. The military carrier took off with 4 tanks, each filled with 1,200 liters of water and 200 kilograms of salt. According to the Meteorology Department, they only expected a 50-50 chance of success on Monday. However, rain was reported in several areas in the 3 states. However, despite the efforts, the API continued to remain in the unhealthy to very unhealthy levels throughout most of the day. Another cloud seeding operation will be carried out Tuesday if conditions are favorable. The Prime Minister on Monday said that it is time for Sarawak to see a new government that can work closely with Pakatan Harapan PH-led federal government to serve the people. Tun Dr. Mahathir pointed out that the undivided support and unity from among Sarawak PH component parties is vital in order to see a change of government in the next Sarawak state election.
Kerajaan negeri Sarawak tidak lagi daripada parti yang sama dengan kerajaan di peringkat pusat. Dengan itu sudah tentu kerjasama antara dua pihak yang berlainan ini tidak sekuat seperti yang dikehendaki oleh rakyat. Kalau kita nak supaya ikatan antara kerajaan negeri dengan kerajaan pusat adalah ikatan yang kuat, maka amat pentinglah dalam pilihan raya negeri yang akan datang ini kita tukar kerajaan negeri Sarawak supaya dianya daripada Pakatan Harapan juga, yang mana Parti Bersatu memainkan peranan yang besar.
Dr. Mahathir, who is PH chairman, was speaking at the Berambeh Bersatu Sarawak 2019 program in Kuching. PH Sarawak component parties are Bersatu, DAP, PKR and Amanah. He asserted that they should give attention to similarities and elements that could unite them to achieve further milestones along the way. Sarawak's next election is due mid-2021. A slew of meetings with key American officials await Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin as Malaysia seeks to deepen ties with the United States amid security challenges posed by issues such as terrorism and concerns over matters like human trafficking and illegal migration. Tan Sri Muhyiddin arrived Sunday in Washington for a working visit until Wednesday before flying to New York for similar engagements with U.S. officials there. Tan Sri Muhyiddin's itinerary for Monday will see him heading to the U.S. Homeland Security headquarters for talks with acting U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kevin McLennan and a visit to the U.S. Terrorist Screening Center, TSC. He will also feature at a leadership forum at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, where he is expected to share his views on Malaysia-U.S. strategic relations.
Kita juga akan mengadakan pertemuan dengan pengarah-pengarah FBI dan CIA. Ini juga agensi yang kita tahu adalah yang terkemuka dan kita juga sudah ada perhubungan mereka untuk bersama dalam soal keselamatan, pertukaran maklumat, kerjasama dalam bidang latihan.
He added that such cooperation is needed as the country simply cannot let its guard down when it comes to terrorism, as it strives to ensure its security agencies are equipped with the necessary tools, what with the threats posed by terrorist groups such as Daesh lurking in the background. With the security landscape spewing more challenges of late, Tan Sri Muhyiddin believes Kuala Lumpur still had things to learn from the Americans on how to tackle them. The minister is accompanied on the visit, among others, by his wife, Puan Sri Noraini Abdul Rahman, and Home Ministry officials, as well as Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu. Klang MP Charles Santiago had his statement recorded by the police on Monday over a report filed against him by preacher Zakir Naik. He arrived at the Bukit Aman Police Headquarters at about 10:40 a.m. before entering the building 5 minutes later. He exited the building at 1:40 p.m. after being questioned by the police. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department Chief Datuk Huzair Muhammad previously said his officers will call 5 individuals to assist in investigations on the matter. Besides Santiago, the others are Human Resources Minister M. Kulasagaran, former Ambassador Dennis Ignatius, Pulau Pinang Deputy Chief Minister 2 P. Ramasamy, and Bagan Dalam Assemblyman Satis Muniandi. The preacher had claimed the 5 had made defamatory statements against him and wanted police to take action under the Penal Code and Sedition Act for defaming him and instigating racial disharmony and hatred among Malaysians. After this breather, 10 Baca Berita Challenge winners get new phones. Welcome back. In Kelantan, security guards and passers-by nabbed a suspect who attempted to steal a college student's vehicle in Kota Bharu on Sunday. Kota Bharu District Police Chief ACP Abdul Rahim Daud said the suspect tested positive for methamphetamine and possesses 31 criminal records. The incident took place at Lembah Sireh. A video of the incident, which went viral, shows the suspect being tied to a pole after the citizen's arrest. In the 4:20 p.m. incident, the 36-year-old suspect attempted to steal the car, which was parked at a shopping mall. A security guard who was doing his rounds was alerted to the suspect's attempt. The guard then informed his colleague and police about the matter, and they subsequently caught the man. The guards also informed passers-by for further assistance until police's arrival. Preliminary investigations revealed that the car owner is a 23-year-old college student who usually parks his car at the vicinity. The car owner then lodged a police report at the Kota Bharu police station. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code for vehicle theft. In Pulau Pinang, a man was stabbed to death by a friend following a misunderstanding over debts near the clock tower in front of Bukit Jambul complex Sunday night. According to authorities, in the 11:20 p.m. incident, Muhammad Nurul Huddin Ismail, 31, died at the scene after he was stabbed on the right chest. It is believed that the incident occurred when the victim met the friend at the scene to demand repayment of debts owed by the latter. An argument then broke out, which led to the friend stabbing him on the chest. The suspect and another friend fled after seeing the victim. Fell. The body was sent to Penang Hospital for post-mortem. The police are believed to have obtained a recording of the incident from a closed-circuit television camera in the area and are looking for the two men, aged 33 and 35, to facilitate investigations. In Kuala Lumpur, a senior citizen has died after he collapsed on the side of the road while trying to run away for fear of being dragged to the police station. The man earlier had allegedly took a picture of a woman at an entertainment center near Jalan Telawi Bangsar Sunday night. It was understood that before the incident, upon realizing his misdeeds, the public tried to detain the man to hand him over to the police. The man, however, refused to cooperate before running away and collapsing on the side of the road. Initial forensic examination revealed he died of heart attack. The body was sent to University Malaya Medical Center for post-mortem. Ten winners of the Baca Berita Challenge took home a Realme 3 Pro phone after beating more than 1,200 other participants. The challenge, organized by the Digital News Unit and Media Prima Television Network, started in July and ended on August 22nd. Besides winning a phone from Realme Malaysia, the winners were also given the opportunity to read the news in the television studio. The prize-giving ceremony was held at Studio A in Sri Pentas and attended by the Media Prima Television Network's General Manager of News Production, Zaman Huri Ahmad, and Realme Malaysia Brand Manager, Tiffany Teh.
With the viewership of TV3 and Baca Berita Challenge, we are hoping to increase the visibility of Realme among Malaysia. Yeah, and while this Baca Berita Challenge, we are glad that a lot of people actually goes to our website and they are actually coming to know more about Realme in this market, and we are glad that they are really interested in our brand as well.
During the challenge, participants had to record a video of themselves reading the news, and they were judged on their ability to present it. Still to come, 200 arrested in Indonesia over vast forest fires. Do stay with us. Now on to the foreign front. Saudi Arabia, the world's top oil exporter, is expected to restore Monday at least a third of the production lost to weaken attacks on two major oil facilities. Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdul Aziz Salman said Sunday the kingdom would use its vast inventories to partially compensate for the lost production, and the U.S. has also authorized the release of its reserves. Oil prices, however, saw a record surge on Monday, with key contracts more than 15% higher, with Brent crude futures jumping more than 19% to a Sunday session high of $71.95 a barrel at the opening, while U.S. crude futures surge more than 15% to a session high of $63.34 a barrel. Saturday's strikes on national energy giant Aramco's Abqaiq processing plant and Kurai's oil field knocked 5.7 million barrels per day off production, over half of the OPEC kingpin's output, sending shockwaves through markets. Indonesia has arrested nearly 200 people over vast forest fires ripping across the archipelago as toxic haze sends air quality levels plummeting and sparks flight cancellations. On Monday, authorities said they had arrested some 185 people suspected of being involved in activities that led to the out-of-control fires sweeping the country. They added that Indonesian police will enforce the law against anyone who is proven to have carried out forest and land burning, whether it was done intentionally or through negligence. Last week, Indonesia sealed off dozens of plantations where smog-belching fires were blazing and warned that owners could face criminal charges if there was evidence of illegal burning. While forest fires are an annual problem, the situation this year has been worsened by drier weather in Indonesia, with diplomatic tensions soaring as toxic smog drifts over to neighboring Malaysia and Singapore. So far, over 150,000 people have been treated for acute respiratory infections linked to the haze in recent months. Lazio suffer first defeat of the season. Action from Italian Serie A when we return. We're back with sports football, the Italian Serie A. Lazio suffered their first defeat of the season as they lost 1-2 to SPAL. Lazio were the first to find the breakthrough when they were awarded a penalty in the 17th minute after Nenad Tomovic handled the ball inside the area. Ciro Immobile stepped up and calmly converted the spot kick. The lead lasted until the 63rd minute when the home side drew level thanks to Andrea Petagna's fine volley. The match was about to end when SPAL struck their winner through Yasmin Kurtic following a quick counter-attack, sealing a 2-1 win. With the defeat, Lazio now stands in 9th spot in the standings with 4 points after 3 matches, while SPAL jumped to 16th spot with 3 points. Donning the Malay traditional wear, sarong and headgear, better known as tanja, thousands of Malaysians, young and old, gather to celebrate the Malaysia Day in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Visuals of the celebration wrap up this edition of Nightline. With that, I'm Nakia Bashiruddin. Thank you for tuning in and take care.